Look,
Listen.
Taylor.
Welcome to Look, Listen with Geese Guyera. It's a podcast about Pokemon and other things. Every Friday we do that and show you via audio. Guess what I realized, Taylor and Geesepeep? Say hello.
What? Hello, sorry.
Hello. I clicked a YouTube video, and I'm pretty sure this guy knew so much about what he was about to talk about, and he was such an expert. But I had to turn off the video immediately because there's something I realized about humanity, and I suppose it's a sad truth. But it does not matter how smart or talented you are. It just matters how confident you sound saying it. And how people respond. And the poor boy just did not sound confident. He was just like, okay, and then...
Was it like on like a really scientific topic?
I think it was just some video game nonsense. But if he just, I don't know, fake it till you make it, guys, and do your best.
My mom is super guilty of saying things with such confidence that you believe it, but she has zero actual credentials to say what she's saying. Like in college, when she was like, Maureen, you are required to take a math class. You are required. And I was like, Mom, I did the research. I just have to take an elective that has this requirement. I do not have to take an actual math class. She was like, no, you're required. You have to do it. And it took meeting with the dean who said, yeah, you don't need to take a math class for her to back down.
I mean, there are a lot of high school classes that will give you college credit and you don't have to take one.
I did that I did do that for some college credit, but this was just like an elective requirement at my school.
With the AP classes, or you could take the college, what was it called, Taylor? IBS courses?
Yeah. Just all about the human bowel system.
Because remember, you could take the classes at San Jacinto, end up like Philip.
Yeah, if you're lucky. What's that? It's not AP. It's like second study. Or
AP, advanced placement, was what? SLEP?
Dual credit?
Thank you, Taylor. Got it. He got it. It was dual credit. Because dual credit, you just went to the college campus and took a college course. AP, which is what I did, was just harder classes.
How many APs did you take?
A ton of them, and then I left most of them to just take 3 theater classes in a row. So it's fun.
And I think my senior year, I took 7 or something goofy. Like, I took the maximum amount every year because they were more interesting classes.
Anyway.
Geese?
Anyway,
let's move on to Geese of the Week. Geese, take it away.
Guys,
Yes.
big news.
Oh.
I have 2 big news.
You went and got engaged.
At Yodobashi Camera.
Congratulations.
No. I went back to this bird sanctuary. I've been looking for a painted bunting for the last year. And finally, I saw it.
She saw it.
Big news, guys.
Big
Unfortunately,
news.
I did miss the tanagers by the week, but, it is what it is.
Is that your neighbors?
Tanagers by the week sounds like some sort of British town or soap opera.
Oh, definitely a soap opera. 100%.
Also, second big news.
Ooh.
I went to the beach, and I did so much shelling that I am physically sore. My back hurts, my legs hurt. I was basically squatting for 5 hours.
So do you walk around like a crab, like hunched over, and like you're just picking things in and putting them into a pouch?
Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real quick, Taylor.
Uh-huh.
Geese's back hurts, and I must got the worst Achilles tendonitis in the world. My poor little back of my feet killing me. Woo.
Is it your heel or the tendon?
Good question. It's the back of the foot. It hurts. If I'm walking for a while, pain goes away. But the first step after sitting, oh my God, so much pain.
You gotta give yourself a nice stretch.
I gotta get some ice. I gotta pull a Taylor. I gotta get a compression something or other sock, or I don't know what you put on yourself, or go to the doctor.
You probably want to. Ice and compression socks are gonna do about the same thing.
Yeah. Didn't get enough rest. Walking too much.
I also have back pain and neck pain.
Yep, we're all miserable. Geese, you're saying you can't find frogs?
And you're acting like a crab.
I can hear the frogs. I hear them. They mock me. I can hear that it's like super close. I can't see them. It's killing me.
Is this okay?
Camouflage.
I think I skipped a step. Is this like happening right now, or is this when you were at the beach?
As the frogs are in the room.
This was literally 3 hours ago.
Okay, so not at the beach.
Beach?
Mm-mm.
So is this like a
there's
mental
a pond
health crisis?
Well, yes.
Oh, there are frogs near you.
Yes.
Frog pond.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought this was like because you really like nature, and it was like the voices are back. It's like the frogs are back.
Yeah, the frogs are calling to her.
Okay.
Geese, continue.
That's all. It's really bugging me. I can't see them.
All right. That means we're moving on to watching, playing, eating of the week. Taylor is coughing so much, which is appropriate because he's going to go first.
Oh, God, no. Doing me dirty. I went to Phoenix, Arizona under a little bit of it was actually in Tempe, but everyone just said Phoenix. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what that relationship is.
Who's to say?
Yeah, who's to say? I go and I see Hatsune Miku. Go to the merch line. And as an aside, if anybody knows anybody from Crunchyroll, ask them what happened. How are you going to have a sold-out show with 95 wands distributed? How are you going to bungle it that much?
A blunder.
I don't get it.
They sold them all in Denver.
So people got... Because you can't use unofficial ones either, because it's like connected to the show. Like the wands change color, which is the cool... I went to the 2018 show, and it's probably the best concert experience I've ever had in my life. Part of what was so cool was, 1, the hologram. 2, I had no idea what I was going to see. And 3, it was just a sea of wands, all color changing and going in unison. And it was such an amazing immersive experience. And this one, it was fun. It was good energy, but they didn't have a hologram. They used an LED screen.
Terrible.
Which everyone was already complaining about.
Refunds.
But merch was handled, it was laughable. I was looking at the line, and people had been in line from 7 a.m. and waited in line until the merch shop opened at 2 p.m. And this is in Tempe, Arizona, right? The desert. And they were told, oh, sorry, we're out of wands. Imagine waiting for, some people were telling me 7 hours, and getting to the front of the line and them saying in their little booth, it's not even a physical store, right? It's just under a tent. And them saying, oh, yeah, sorry, we don't have anything. Luckily, we skipped the merch line and everything.
A lot of bad merch booth experiences.
I liked the merch itself. It's designed well. It looks good and everything. But the problem is with how they handled the North American tour. I'm almost embarrassed to wear the Hatsune Miku North America sweater. So I'm going to get a shirt. I'm going to wear it. People are going to say, hey, cool Hatsune Miku shirt, like they did last night in the store. And we'll see. But I definitely am going to make sure my next performance that I go to is in Japan, where Crunchyroll is not in charge.
Crunchyroll is nowhere to be found.
Oh, God. I'm just baffled.
Real quick.
Yes.
You can't bank on that because all Japan concerts are via lottery. So you have to win a ticket.
Oh, that's so sick. That's fun. Also not sick, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do my best.
Ganbatte mashou. Talk about your disgusting ramen, Taylor.
Oh, boy. We go in Tempe, and Guncan has an obsession with ramen, and I support this because ramen's great. We walk over to a ramen restaurant where they don't know what kind of restaurant they're running. It looks like a lounge from the 70s mixed with a grunge bar from the 90s serving Japanese food. And this ramen was just, I don't know how you do it that poorly. It was very, very disappointing. I didn't say anything because everyone was, seeming really nice. Sushi was fine, I guess. Don't go to Tempe for ramen.
Does that conclude your watching, playing, eating of the week, Taylor?
It sure does.
It is now my turn for watching, playing, eating. Let's jump into video games. I did it. I planned on jumping into this discussion to say Balatro is a problem, and I'm addicted to it. But luckily...
You're going to say it, I'm the solution.
No, that's funny. But no, I beat it, so we're good. If I hadn't beat a run of Balatro, I probably would have been just stuck playing it so much and ignoring Rebirth. But thank goodness I beat it. The game is outstanding. So much fun. You're thinking about it when you're not playing it. Taylor, you need to rush and buy Balatro immediately on your PlayStation 5.
Rush and
so
buy
good.
it.
It's nice and cheap. God, it's so much fun building these crazy decks and getting these crazy combos. Everybody rush and play that. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Playing it every second I can. I'm 60-something hours in.
How is it?
There's a lot to say. Some of the map design later in the game is on paper cool and fun and interesting. But in practice, it's just really frustrating and annoying to get through these maps because they're trying to be clever with it. Like, oh, you can't just go here. You have to go around there and do this and flip that and jump over this. And it's just annoying when you're...
That's why shortcuts in games are so good.
Maybe this is a me problem where I have this... Every day I need to get my long giant walks and I need to go eat somewhere or I have to go to work or I have to do other stuff. But... when I can't find something, it feels like my time is being wasted, and it's just annoying.
You want to guess where I am currently in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Because I also have played it recently.
Not very far.
Canada.
Junon.
Oh,
same place.
Taylor.
It doesn't like I'm. So the reason I was asking you for your opinion on it was I kind of wanted you to sell me on it more because it's really not clicking with me.
I haven't finished. Don't worry. Really cool story stuff happens later, and I'm having a lot of fun with the battles. I mean, look, I guess you could say it's a downside that it is a little rinse and repeat where. Okay, you do your story stuff, watch a big old cutscene. Oh, look, a new area. Okay, do the exact same thing. Find the towers. Do some Queen's Blood. Do this.
That's what I really liked about Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 15 especially, where you have your big open world thing. You do everything. And then it's just like, oh, hey, you're at a point where you shouldn't be selling ramen to people on the street anymore. Like you got stuff to do right this second. And it just shuttles you straight to the end. And it was really cool.
But yes, the game is very good. It is very good. I'm sad it didn't sell nearly as much as Remake. But I guess that makes sense because Remake's beginning a pandemic. And everybody says, well, episodic stuff, the second and third episodes always sell less. And they made it very clear that this game is going to take you through the end of Disc 1. So it all checks out.
The end of Disc... Not the end of Disc 2?
No, end of Disc 1.
Ah.
But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, everybody was complaining when even Remake was announced saying, oh, they're splitting it up? How are they going to fit? Oh, my God, that's so little. Guys, do you know how much stuff they add? It's completely recontextualized. As we've said, spoilers, but this Final Fantasy Remake is not a remake. It is a sequel. So
even if it they just added so much. I think most of the people are who complained about Remake not being long enough. One, either didn't play it, or two, are philosophically opposed to the idea of remaking games.
Well, they're just being a little bit silly because it makes sense. When you think of Final Fantasy VII, Disc 3 doesn't exist. Disc 3 is a disc with a bunch of cutscenes on it and the final battle and the final dungeon. That's all Disc 3 is. So really fleshing out Midgar, making it the first game, having everything up until the end of Disc 1, the second game, and then the third game. I haven't beaten Rebirth, so I don't know how wild they're going to get with it. But there's a chance the third one is just completely different, honestly. So we'll see. We'll see. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a very fun game. Keep playing it, Taylor. You'll learn to love it, and you'll want to play it a ton. But also play Balatro, which you'll get addicted to, and then not play Rebirth. So you got to really figure out. calculus.
So is Balatro kind of giving you the same feeling that like Vampire Survivors does?
Big time.
oh, great. All right.
Also, I played there was a Meganium 7-star Terror Raid in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I went to town on that, and I had so much fun. I think I've mentioned this before, but what I always do is go to the Austin John video, who gives you a strategy on how to beat the 7-star Terror Raid, and then just scroll down to the comments, and I find a way better strategy and just use that every time. Because he had some big old strategy you actually had to try, but somebody in the comments said use a skill swap contrary Malamar. And oh my God, it was so much fun.
Bro, as soon as you said skill swap contrary Malamar, I knew it was going to work.
I bring over my little shiny Inkay from Pokemon Go, bring him into Scarlet Violet, pick up the switch, turn it upside down to evolve into Malamar, because that's how you evolve him. That's right, it uses the gyroscope. You can't evolve it on a TV. You got to evolve him. I mean, you can pick up your dock and turn it over.
I thought you were going to say pick up your TV.
Well, actually, no, because if the Switch detects a Pro Controller, you can't evolve it. So it has to be handheld, and you flip your Switch upside down and it evolves. Anyway, battle against Meganium was so tough because it spends all this time trying to lower your stats, trying to up its stats, and when you have a contrary skill swap Malamar, everything is the opposite. So every move that is so good it has to have a downside. For instance, Swagger, the move that confuses your opponent but makes their attack go up super high. Instead, I confuse the opponent and make their attack go down super low while I'm just getting pumped using, because I switched its Terra type to the one that was introduced in the DLC, Terapagos' Terra type. It always hits for super effective, but it also lowers your stats when you use it. But since I'm contrary, all my stats are going up. So he's just, this poor Meganium. Meganium can't do anything, and I'm just getting stronger and stronger. I got these rainbows flying, terrestrializing. And then in my eating of the week, I've been awake early multiple days, so I've just been eating nonstop steak, egg, and cheese bagels. But I've realized I'm a fool because I always use the app, so I never get a printed receipt that has the offer on it that's buy one, get one free if you do the survey. So this whole time I could have been getting buy one, get one free steak, egg, and cheese bagels. Oh, I'm such a fool.
Wow.
Okay, now it's going to be Geese's turn to discuss. Now, moving on to Geese's watch and play and eating of the week.
I have been watching this live stream of a red-tailed hawk nest, and it also has a view of a barn owl box, and it's just delightful. It's called Hoot House Live Stream on Twitch, and I watch it all the time, and I got to see the birds grow up, and I got to see the owls. The owls are mating right now. They're about to have a second brood.
A brood?
Yeah. Pretty exciting.
How many eggs to a brood?
It depends, but usually Hootie lays about 5 eggs.
Hootie.
Geesepeep, do you wish that you got to hatch out of an egg?
Honestly, I wish I could just hatch an egg. That seems much easier than giving birth.
I feel like that would be so painful.
More painful than giving birth?
I honestly, no frame of reference. I just know what happens when I haven't had enough fiber.
I feel like at least the baby, when you poop out the egg, it's protected in the egg.
And it's also a smooth shape.
Yeah. Unlike the pesky spiked babies.
Anyway, Geese, you were saying?
It's just delightful. That's what I'm watching. I don't know if I mentioned this, but big news. I got tickets to go to Antiques Roadshow when they come to Baltimore.
And you did have mentioned this before, yes.
I don't remember.
And never mind. I rescind it.
No, tell it again.
Kidding.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yeah, Taylor wants to hear.
Yeah.
Well, my mom and I just entered to get tickets to the Antiques Roadshow convention in Baltimore, and we got them. So,
oh wow! So did they set up like a stadium, and people are on stage like evaluating things?
It's usually at a convention center, and they have tables with experts of various antiques. I actually don't know like the specifics of how it works, but I'm excited.
I'm just imagining like a bunch of people cheering.
It's not like that at all.
Are you going to bring anything to get priced?
Yeah.
Wait, you actually get to be on the show?
No. People bring stuff, and sometimes if the expert knows it's good, they'll film it. Even not everything gets on TV.
You better bring something so good, Geese.
Oh, man.
I know. I
you better bring. Do you have? Who's the oldest person you've ever met?
So many antiques in my house. Like, you guys don't even know.
Ask your grandma.
Insane.
Bring all of them.
I think we're gonna bring something my grandma has.
I think you're gonna say we're gonna bring the grandma. We're gonna present her. Geesepeep, were you gonna talk about Fallout?
Oh, Aaron and I started Fallout, the show.
I hear it's good.
Oh, yeah, I liked it. Immediately, I was like, this. I think they're taking a lot of plot points from Fallout 3.
Oh,
because that's the one that I played. I remembered stuff.
All right, sick. Was there anything else any of you needed to say before we move on to Poké News of the Week?
No.
That'd be funny if Taylor said yes, actually. In Poké News of the Week this week, we've got Comfy coming to Pokemon Sleep on April 22nd. Make sure to catch that little flower.
I'm so excited.
Look at all those flowers. Also in Pokemon news, this one was kind of funny. Back in the old days, if you've been following Pokemon news for a long time, you'll remember we didn't used to get leaks from little leakers on social media and message boards. We used to get leaks from people taking pictures of Koro comics. And Koro Comics had a page all about Legends ZA, the most anticipated Pokemon game we're all super excited about. Which I don't know if we ever discussed on Poké News of the Week because that was Japan week, but I'm very excited for Legends ZA.
Me too.
No new news in this Koro thing, but a lot of like accounts on Twitter were trying to go wild over it, saying, "Oh, we're gonna get new leaks. We're gonna get Koro." No new news.
Oh.
No news. So don't get excited. In terrible news, updated right now. If you download the update for Pokemon Go. They've now added the new trainer customization options worldwide, and it makes your avatar look terrible. And I checked mine. I can no longer wear my Dino hat and my Lugia mask. It just makes me bald. So
I look so bad.
So
here, let me show you my little avatar.
Why do they do that?
Because they're terrible. Terrible.
Oh my god!
I just look like a 45-year-old man.
Yeah. So hope they change it back. Way to go, Niantic. Time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. Clambos, I have terrible news. After a string of what I recall to be pretty good episodes, this week is not a great episode. And I'm sorry to let you know that now instead of at the end and break your heart early, but I just can't lie to you.
I like the animation and the editing in this one.
There was one cool scene, probably you liked because there was a Rowlet. But
okay. All right. Listen.
Look,
just to let everybody know, Michael does not speak for all of us. I happen to agree with him.
Not a great episode. You two take it away. Figure out a way to say the name of the episode, figure out a way to give a one-sentence synopsis, and figure out a way to do a Taylor's Last Time on Pokes.
Previously on Pokemon. Fantastic beach episode, which is why we were talking about sharks, probably. Grandpa, Secret Identity. Amazing. Just a great time at the beach. Very good beach episode. Go watch it.
Yep.
And the name of the episode in English, A Letter of Challenge from the Explorers.
Or in Japanese, Ekusupurōrāzuからの果たし状.
So, here's my synopsis. Exclusive island mochi causes a battle where secrets are revealed.
Or we could call it manju because it is with cake flour and not rice, like mochi.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we open with the Rising Volt Tacklers. They're shopping in a seaside town, and they got bargains for days, Clambos. Oh, hey, look, there's a giant line. What are these people lining up for? Now, guys, right off the bat, I need to say I'm very curious to watch this episode in English for a lot of reasons. You know, with the manju and all that, and there's a lot of Japanese sort of cultural stuff in this episode. But I want to know how they translate the Wiglet stuff. So in Japanese, Wiglet's name is Umi Digda, which is the same as what they're talking about, which is a sea Diglett. So I can't tell if the translator is goofing or they are trying to do a lot of play on words talking about this sweet, this Japanese sweet. Anyway, it's kind of confusing if they're talking about a Diglett from the sea or literally Wiglet, Umi Digda. And that's what the manju is based off of. You can only get these sweets here. They're in limited quantities. Only 30 a day, Geese.
When I saw this, I wrote down, this is Michael in Kyoto trying to find the rare, specific Kyoto mochi green tea stuff. It's interesting. It was very chewy.
Was it good?
I like the red bean paste one better.
Oh, I'm such a red bean paste person. I love red bean.
Yatsuhashi, I believe.
It's what I always get in my boba.
Yatsuhashi. Yeah, I like the Yatsuhashi. I remember going to Little Tokyo and asking the lady at the sweet shop if she had any Yatsuhashi, and she said, no, you have to go to Kyoto for that. And I said, yeah, unfortunately, there's not a little Kyoto around here. Fuecoco wants some of these manju so bad. And I in this whole episode, I'm sorry, Clambos, I gotta go off. Can somebody feed some Pokemon? Because Fuecoco's starving the whole episode. The boy needs to eat. Poor little baby Tinkatink later on. She's starving. Come on. Can we feed a Pokemon, please?
I mean, Tinkatink did it to herself.
Well, no. There's 15 people in line already for this manju. So Roy and is it Fritos are standing in line?
I wanted them to run up and say, the first thing I thought was when I saw a line, oh, it's Los Angeles. Second thing I really wanted to have happen was they say, what you in line for? And Roy just goes, I don't know.
Yeah, that is a big thing in Japan. They love waiting in line.
Yeah.
But Liko goes and talks to them, and they're going to wait for this manju, but there's a problem. Fuecoco and Roy haven't even done their required shopping yet. Roy and Frito say they're going to do their shopping later, and then Fuecoco runs off, just wants a watermelon now. Somebody feed that baby. I'm getting upset. We cut to the explorers with these goofy designs still. We got Songo the Glalie girl and Garganical guy. Please tell me one of you remembers Garganical guy's name, because I don't think they say it in this episode.
No.
We can't have two people shaking their heads now.
It's probably like Stonavon or something.
Please, someone in the comments write this man's name. Terrible design. Okay, guys, it's not a Vine, but it belongs on Vine. Maybe it was a Vine. But there's a video that, and I don't want to be one of the kids saying this phrase, but that lives rent-free in my head. It's the little boy getting off the bus. His mom's filming him. He runs up and says, Mom, terrible sandwich, by the way. Because his mom packed him a lunch and he gave him a terrible sandwich. That's the first thing he says when he gets off the bus. I'll never forget all the comments just saying, oh, he's been stewing all day. Couldn't wait to tell her how terrible that sandwich was. So all the time, I'm just thinking to myself, terrible sandwich, man. Just the first thing to say to somebody. So good.
By the way, as the first statement is just a very...
So Songo touches her Apple Watch and uses that to transform into different clothes. So she's no longer in her explorer's outfit. She's now in a baggy jacket and a hat with the Transliteration symbol on it.
Revolutionary technology.
Yeah, she could just change.
Nah. Songo? Come on.
She has a whole transformation. Okay. All right. And then we cut to the intro song. All right. And we cut back to Liko and Roy with some groceries. But Geese, Hatena notices someone in the distance. It's an old man. What's wrong with him?
His back went out.
Just like Gramps. Just like Roy's grandpa. So the children do a nice deed, and they help with all his belongings and pull his little cart for him while he sits and relaxes. And Geese, what's Sprigatito doing?
Giving him a nice little back massage and doing sweet scent.
She's doing biscuits, magical biscuits on his back. And honestly, Hatena, good work to you two, because you noticed that he was in pain. Actually, when Hatena first noticed the man, who we learn, by the way, is the proprietor of the manju shop with the Wiglet and Diglett manju, Liko walks up, and the man is in such pain that he has this terrifying face. So Liko gets very scared and says she's sorry, but then Roy says, "Oh no, his back just hurts. He's fine. I know that face." An employee of the man runs up in what looks like a hat with the Japanese flag on it, which made me think of geese. He's just pulling a geese wearing his Japan hat. And as a big thank you to Liko and Roy, they give them the emergency 31st box of Wiglet and Diglett manju. And everybody is so excited. Geese, it's got white chocolate imported from Kalos. That's France.
Wow.
So sick.
And the Wiglet's following them this whole time. We get a little shot here that they've clearly been walking on sand throughout this little town, which makes a lot more sense to me because when I saw Wiglet, I thought, so Wiglet's just destroying the ground. Everywhere they walk, he's just, sidewalk is just bursting, leaving a trail of destruction. But no, it's just sand. And then I really started thinking about Diglett a lot. And you got it, when you designed that Pokemon, you really goofed yourself because you have to be so clever now in terms of every scene you ever design around a Diglett to make sure it's not making sense, destroying floors. Crazy.
That's why they just never have them. And so much of Pokemon is not in cities. You'd imagine if your main Pokemon was a Diglett or a Dugtrio or something, you would have a little hole in your room for him to come out of.
Like a pot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because nobody's ever seen the underside. And then we cut to Dot's room, and the cut was so good. I just burst into laughter at Tinkatink immediately just holding her little food bowl and hitting it with her little microphone hammer while Dot's typing away on her keyboard. I laughed so hard. It was such a funny image. Quaxley is also hungry, holding his little empty food bowl, Geese.
They hungry.
Dot says just give her a second, but Geese, Tinkatink can't wait. She's devastated. She just goes to get some food with all the other Pokemon, with sweet Murdoch. She just looks so sad, and she gets her big bowl of kibble, and she leaves, Geese. She runs off. But then, Geese, what happens as she's turning and she's walking by the side of the ship?
She trips.
Oh my God. What happens to the food?
It goes everywhere.
It flies off the ship, in fact. Her food goes off. She's crying. Terapagos comes over, tries to console her, tries to help. And then we cut to the Diglett Wiglet shop grand opening. And guys, when it cut to this scene, I just had such a strong feeling of, okay, so Team Rocket's going to come out now and they're going to do their big scheme. Because these Pokemon episodes are so set up in a way that you're just waiting for Team Rocket's scheme as soon as the store opens. But no Team Rocket this episode, believe it or not. But we have the next best thing, which is Songo in line. And she's done the counting. And oh boy, she's the 30th person in line. So this is going to be great. There's a little cutie fly flying next to her.
I love Cutie Fly.
Me too, Geese.
There's a lot of cutie flies in Pokemon Go right now, and I caught 2 shiny ones. So I evolved one of them into Rabombi, and now I got the whole line shiny.
My shiny rate is still abysmal.
Geese.
Yeah.
Songo is nearing the front of the line. And
she counts it out.
She's so excited. And then what happens when she thinks she's about to get the final 30th box of limited edition manju?
The Cutie Fly got it.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
double dips.
The cutie fly was just running errands for a trainer? Oh no.
Where was the Cutie Fly? Cutie Pie? Cutie Fly? Where was the Cutie Fly? Where was it holding its money?
Oh, they probably have a
subscription.
No, they got it's a nice little town. They all know each other. They have a no, Taylor, it's called a tab.
Yeah, put it on the tab.
Put it on a tab.
Yeah.
They knew that cutie fly.
100%.
But then what is her name? Sango throws a whole fit, and they have to throw her out of the store as they close it up. Arimasen. We do not have it.
It just reminded me so much of the Hatsune Miku line. All those people waiting for so many hours and not getting anything.
And then a cutie flag grabs the last one.
Yep.
And then, surprisingly, coincidentally, conveniently, Liko and Roy walk right by, just going on and on, holding their manju, saying, man, we didn't even have to wait in line. Man, it really pays off to be kind, huh? And Sango is fuming. She's so upset these darn kids got that manju. And then I wrote to myself, oh, so this is big filler episode, huh?
I mean, the pretense of the episode is that they're waiting in line.
Yeah. Then we cut to Ludlow fishing, and it appears that Terapagos has led Tinkatink over to Ludlow and Quagsire to hopefully cheer it up, because Quagsire gives Tinkatink some pecha berries because it's very nice. And then she runs off and she gives some of the berries to Quaxley.
Cute.
And she gets some pets.
And she's blushing. She's blushing.
Oh, adorable. Then we cut back to Liko and Roy, but oh my God, where's Fuecoco? Oh, he's distracted by food, of course. I'm sorry. How many times do I have to bring up Fuecoco not eating?
He's literally a giant mouth with tiny hands and feet.
That says hungies.
That's his design.
Oh my God. Geese, there's something on Fuecoco's back. What is it?
A note.
A letter from Sango. Meet me at Snorlax Rock.
Also on Fuecoco's back is this entire episode, because he's the best part of it.
Got him.
True. Did you guys see that Sango was wearing a hat with the terrestrial, the gem, the turtle gem on it?
I did say that explicitly and specifically during this recording.
Oh.
Yes.
When?
Good catch.
She
Geese.
transformed into the outfit with the hat, and I said it has the terrestrialization symbol.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't realize that was it.
But everybody can
sorry.
terrestrialize.
If you have a Terra Orb.
And that's given to you by your mentor.
Dad.
If you go to Paldea. Oh my God, the letter is a battle request. It's a challenge letter. Roy's grandpa told him all about these, like the good old days. Roy can't back down from a challenge, so he's going to run over to Snorlax Rock. Oh my God, it's Sango. Haten is terrified. I'm laughing about something, apparently, because I wrote ha 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 ha. I wonder what's so funny. Sango tells the kids to give up that manju, and Fuecoco loses it. Oh, this was very funny. I don't know if this is what I was laughing at, but I was laughing at this. Never in my life have I seen that boy, Fuecoco, so angry at my life at the prospect of losing the one food he does have. When Sango says she's taking his food, Fuecoco's having none of it. He was so upset.
I get it.
He yells out Hungy so loud. But then Liko says, I mean, we can just give you one. So she opens the box and tries to give her one. Oh, but turns out, once we see Sango's reaction of getting shocked and furious, Clambos, we shouldn't even feel bad for her. She wasn't waiting in line because she really wanted one. She just wanted a limited edition thing to not even open, to probably sell on eBay or something. What if
she's not a scalper? Because I want to believe in the best in people.
Yeah, she's got to be a scalper. This is why in Japan, when you buy a booster box in the store, they actually open it in front of you. They take one of these bad boys.
Just the do you have my box cutter?
This is my box
cool.
cutter.
Nice,
take one of those, and they open up the plastic and remove the plastic and put the booster box in a bag for you.
Oh, okay. Good for them.
So they don't have scalpers.
Man, Japan should really be in charge of Hatsune Miku merchandise.
Yep. And then Sango transforms into her battle form, which is just her normal explorer's outfit, because Liko and Roy did not realize they were talking to Sango. It's not till she transformed they went, oh, just like Team Rocket and Ash and Brock and Misty. They're like, oh, it's Team Rocket the whole time.
I mean, in their defense, one, they're children. Two, they saw her one time for 5 minutes before she tried to blow herself up with her glalie.
That's glalie. How many syllables?
What is it?
Glalie.
Glalie?
Glalie.
You can't say glalie. It sounds like you're choking.
It's glalie. Oh my God, Garganicle's here too. Oh.
such peril.
Oh, it's going to be a battle. Geese's favorite. Look how excited Geese is.
I was like, whew, I got to not pay attention for like 3 minutes.
And then we get a commercial break, and we're going to do a big multi-2 times battle of Sango versus Roy and Garganical Guy versus Liko. Liko, quick attack. Oh my god, it's useless. Fuecoco, use flamethrower. Oh, but Glalie dodged it. Blizzard. Oh my god. Fuecoco's frozen solid. Salt Cure. Big magical leaf. Salt Cure. And now we get a scene, which I will admit looks kind of sick on account of the entire animation budget went into these 5 seconds, and I'm sure Geese loved it because Sango pulls out a lollipop. And Geese, what Pokemon is on that lollipop?
Rowlet.
And she does the biggest dramatic bite of the lollipop while going on about how Glalie's gonna crunch Fuecoco.
That would hurt my teeth.
Yep.
That's all I was thinking of. Because I chipped my front tooth on a water bottle.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not great.
But luckily, Fuecoco thaws itself out, but it's slipping on the ice. Everybody's laughing. Flamethrower, ice spinner. Glalie Beyblades around and hits Fuecoco again and again. Oh no, Clambos, these kids are in big trouble. Sprigatito's blocked into a corner. Salt Cure's gonna end it all. But Sprigatito uses Quick Attack to escape at the last second. Magical Leaf! But Garganical grabs Sprigatito. Uses a Salt Cure right on her. But she's not giving up. Even with all these salt lesions, even with Stone Edge coming right for her, she uses a Kaioken ×10 Magical Leaf.
Really mixing it up.
And her opponent points out that her ability must have triggered, that's right, Overgrow, where when Sprigatito's HP is below 1/3, grass-type moves are boosted 50%.
That's cool to have that knowledge.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Then we cut to Fuecoco stomping tantrum to break the ice, and some ice kind of crystals pop up, and it stops Glalie, and Glalie hits the rock and goes flying, and then hits Garganical.
And just a goofy, out of place, like that kind of Power Rangers type situation where one villain, like, they trick him into hitting the other one.
Well, I think it was an accident. I don't think.
Best part of this entire episode was Fuecoco breaking out of the ice and doing his dramatic landing. And he looks like Black Widow when she does her little land and then he slides off to the side. It's very cute.
It was a good little comic relief in the middle of this battle, which isn't great in a not that great episode.
Everyone has to have a vacation.
Yeah, it was. Well, the Explorer's about to get serious now, but oh, thank goodness for a Deus Ex Machina, there's a phone call, and there's more important things to go do, so we're gonna go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Sango and Garganical Guy argue back and forth for a while, because Garganical Man says, well, we gotta go, but Sango wants to finish off this battle. And Sango lets slip Geese. Do you remember what she accidentally says in front of the kids, which she wasn't supposed to say?
I don't want to go back to the island. There's nothing there.
The second way that they're talking about how boring this is.
She also says we can summon Shiny Rayquaza at any time.
And Roy is certainly surprised by this bit of information.
Dead serious. He becomes the most serious he ever is.
And Garganical Man is not happy that Sango has said this. Sango's about to battle him some more, but Garganical Man is sick of her, and so he just throws out Aerodactyl, and then Aerodactyl grabs Sango, and they fly away.
Which is very funny.
At this point, Liko calls Frito, finally, on account of she was going to do that hours ago, but Roy or somebody said, there's no time, let's just get into battling. You could have put Fritos on speaker, put the phone in your pocket, and continue battling. It would have been fun.
Yeah.
This is so.
Or sent a text.
So Liko delivers the news to Fritos. We cut to him arriving on Charizard. Explorers went that-a-way, Fritos, towards an island. And then genius Detective Fritos says, Roy, show me that picture. that last episode ended on. You know, the one with the mysterious island and the mysterious tower behind those palafins and finizens. And Roy says, of course, Fritos. I remember we ended the episode on that.
And now we see a picture of the ending of the last episode.
Oh my God.
Which is just the showrunners secretly taunting us.
Well, Fritos is going to go investigate that island. Kids, you go back to the ship. But first, Manju for Captain Pikachu and Charizard. And that was cute, Geese.
Yeah, I liked it. I like Pikachu's little thumbs up.
And then we get the wind blowing as we close out the episode. Fuecoco finally, along with Sprigatito, finally eating some delicious manju in the wind. And Lico's got a bad feeling about all this. To be continued. Okay, Geese, go ahead and just tell us what happened in the seminar, because come on, this episode, please.
Today's seminar is on the face Pokemon, Glalie.
The Pokemon with a face.
That's what they call it. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Glalie can instantly freeze moisture in the air, and it uses a certain thing to protect itself. But do you know what it is? Is it A, sword, B, shield, or C, armor?
C, armor.
The seminar people didn't even care about this one.
Nah, they don't.
The ice Pokemon can use ice attacks. What protects it?
The white part of its body is the armor that's made of ice, and the black part is made of rock.
And then we get a very amusing picture of Captain Pikachu tickling a Glalie in a snowy forest as Glalie blushes. So that's...
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, that saves the whole episode. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to be more cruel on it, more strict. What is the word I'm looking for? What is the verb? It means to be harsh on something. I don't know if I'm going to be more harsh on it because we've had some pretty good episodes lately, but this was a waste of my time. This is a waste of your time. Nothing happens. Not interesting. Nothing surprising. This is probably like a 6.0 episode.
Give it a 6 when that little happened.
6.0 maybe.
Oh.
I'm kind of surprised because I was like, this is an enjoyable episode. You get to see the characters' personalities come out. You get to see some very cute moments. And I thought the editing was really cute. It was easy to watch. I wasn't bored. Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
During the review.
Yeah, she started.
I wasn't bored at all.
Geese is right. I did laugh twice. I laughed over, or I may have laughed the second time. I don't know. But I laughed a lot at Tinka-Tink banging her little food bowl. And Fuecoco falling was funny. So
there was a lot of cute, like, physical humor and, like, humor from the Pokemon themselves. Like, the Pokemon had, like, actual, like, personalities in this episode, too.
I'm switching my score to a 6.5. Geese, what is your score?
I say it's like a 7.
7?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it did have a few cute moments. So I kind of want to say, and that little Fuecoco landing like a superhero and sliding on the ice was great. I kind of liked that it had the little throwback to the previous episode, which is the best beach episode I've ever seen in any Japanese entertainment. So I kind of want to say an 8, but I'm going to say a 4.5 because it was a waste of my time. I didn't like it. Nobody watch it. Wow. B team, you done goofed.
Wow. They did really spend all the budget in that one 5-second clip of Songo biting the lollipop and then drawing in all the cracks of the lollipop.
Like it was it was an episode just about waiting in line.
Yeah. I mean, if Seinfeld did that, people would be losing their minds about it. What are you going to do?
That was a whole thing.
Hopefully next week's better. Although, looking at the next time on Poke's preview, I'm pretty sure Geese is going to hate the next episode because it looks like 24 minutes of straight battles.
I was going to say, is the tower just a battle tower?
They just go a bunch of floors of battling. Yeah, we'll see. All right, Geesepeep. Let's go ahead and go to the wrap-up, and then we'll do a new segment. Well, go.
A new segment?
Nah, really, because it's soft launched a couple weeks ago. But
yeah.
You go ahead and take the wrap up, and I'll discuss more after the wrap up.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us on social media at LookListenCast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Shout out to Professor Ticklebits for the
boilerplate
and the website. You can follow him on twitch.tv/prof_ticklebits. Thank you to our supporters. You can support us by going to looklistencast.com, or if you go to a podcast app, there's a link there. Thank you so much to our supporters. This is a family-friendly podcast, so please recommend it to your grandmas and nephews and nieces, because anybody can listen.
A lot of relatable content in this episode for grandparents. Some back pain.
Yep, that's true. I'm introducing a new segment called Questions I Steal from Other Podcasts. Because why waste all this time getting whatever questions you receive when you can instead just steal the best from every podcast? So we've already discussed what we would have in our big meals. It was a couple weeks ago, what meal we would feed everyone. That was fun. That was a fun time. So this week we're going to quickly discuss any stories involving losing game save data. I'll start.
That's such a good one. You go.
I'll start. I may have mentioned this before, but I will never, and it just popped into my head the other day too. Just, can you imagine how ingrained this is in me to just be sitting there for almost 30 years? Just this memory of going to this family reunion in the rain, and this stupid, oh my God, if there were swear words in this podcast, I'd be swearing, thinking about this dumb family member named Chance. And I said he could play my Pokemon game on my Game Boy, but whatever he did, don't say
No.
This boy destroys my entire Pokemon Blue save file. And I'll never forget confronting him in the rain pouring down, being so upset. I'd never been more upset in my entire life.
Not my family anymore.
You shouldn't have taken a chance on that.
No, I shouldn't have. God, that's terrible. I'll never forget that. Oh my God. I clearly, it's still bothering me today, losing all those Pokemon. Then another classic one is Final Fantasy V. I was going to beat that in about 2005, but then I lost the memory card, so didn't beat that until last year. That took me some time to get over losing that save data. Taylor, you said you have a really good story involving save data?
So I have a couple. My first one is that I got a PlayStation 1 and Final Fantasy VII and no memory card. So I beat the first two Mako reactors about 30 times before I got my first memory card. And I got so excited because I was allowed to choose whatever memory card I wanted.
Taylor,
At this point in time, I get the primo, top of the line, third party, because I'm a little kid. I don't know what's going on. Third party, 8x8 memory card. It has like 600 blocks of memory. And I'm just like, this is all the memory I need. So I put every single save I've got on this memory card. It had two buttons. It had a little display where you could say, I want this row and this column. And that's the memory card I'm going to access. Now, when I tell you I'm a calm person, I normally am. Until there's something that hits me just the right way.
Real quick. Taylor is not a fan of technology not working. That's his trigger. If a phone's not working, if technology not working this way it's supposed to, he'll get upset at the technology.
And it goes from, like, I've been like treated poorly by employees at places, and it doesn't bother me at all. Don't care at all. I've no road rage, nothing.
Oh, thank you.
When technology malfunctions, it turns into a blind fury instantly. And I remember being like 7 years old, hurling this memory card across the room when it deleted at least 20 games worth of saves. And I just smashed it. And I didn't have a memory card until I got a PlayStation official replacement.
I can't believe they did us so dirty back then. No, because we weren't used to memory cards. It was a new concept.
How on earth would you know?
Poor kids, poor children.
Yeah.
Geesepeep, you ever lost a save data?
No, I have never, because I'm like, I have so much anxiety, so I like continuously back things up, and I I didn't play a lot of games until I was in high school, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah, I had some as a kid, but I never lost like my Wii save of Animal Crossing City Life, you know?
Oh, you
like,
sweet summer child. So fortunate.
I mean,
I know.
well, with Rebirth, like Rebirth has crashed on me once, so in my mind, I want to have a ton of saves backed up just in case anything goes wrong. But there's only I think there's only 15 slots, so or fewer than that maybe. So and I kind of like the little pictures they show for each chapter, so I don't want to delete over them. So I'm like,
yeah, they're fun.
So
they're
like two saves I'm going between, but it's still I'm feeling like what if I goof myself? Because guys, I'm having fun with Final Fantasy Rebirth. Like I said, 60-something hours in. If something goofed with my game and I had to go back to 40 hours, I don't think I doing all that again. Because I'm doing everything. I'm not just mainlining story. I'm doing every single thing in every single region. I can't. No way.
I've given up on games like that. Like my Metroid Prime Echoes save. I just never beat that game. It took me a really, really long time to beat Final Fantasy IX because I played it through and the game froze on the last cutscene. No matter how many times I loaded it, it's like more than 10 times I tried because it's my favorite Final Fantasy. And I didn't beat it until, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Really? 9?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, that happened to me with Metroid Prime 1. I had a Canadian disc, and it would always freeze in one elevator. And the save point before that elevator was so far back, I had to keep doing it over and over and over again. Eventually, it got through that elevator somehow. I don't know how I pulled it off, but finally got through it.
Did you circumvent it, or were you trying?
I don't know. This was 2001, or whatever, when it came out. Or no, Metroid was 2002, 2003, 02. 2001 was when the GameCube came out, so it's got to be like 02.
I feel like it's 2001.
Well, no, because it came out later. It didn't come out. It doesn't matter. But if we had just switched our discs, we probably would have been fine in those situations. If it's just a cutscene error, right? That's probably like a problem with the disc.
It's hard to say because like sometimes you need to change a variable or two, and sometimes you just need to.
Yeah, oh God, games are so complicated these days. You just got to reset the game and try not to do anything that will make something fall out of place. Just do developer intended path to get through something. Anyway,
I'd actually be very curious to hear other people's memory loss stories.
I would never have the patience for speed running because imagine a speed runner losing their save data. They'd go, oh, okay. Because they play the same game 1,000 times in a row and they just doesn't bother them. So,
but if you were going, I mean, at that point you're practicing. You know, that's like saying I don't want to start a chess match again because I had such good positioning.
Yeah, but it's because there are 100% speedrunners, so I feel kind of silly getting upset over losing a save when there's 100% speedrunner out there who just does it again and again hundreds of times. But I don't get any fun out of that. If you do, that's convenient for you because you probably don't feel the same way. It's like
food poisoning. Like you're going into an experience. You technically have the good experience, right? Like you have that game, that gameplay. Like you got to do that. But then at the end of it, something horrible happens, and that's, you know, what you remember. So there's this bitterness.
All right, Geese, it's time to go. Please send us off with a word of Geese. Please, a sentence. Geese's sentence.
Geese will now read from the Book of Geese. Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's springtime, so point your eyeballs in the air and look for some birds.
Please don't stare at the sun.
Listen to those birds and download that app that Geese loves that identifies birds.
Geesepeep.com/app.
No, it's only geese.cash.
No, what's the app?
/gas.
It's called the Merlin app.
It's called the Merlin app.
What? Why?
So when you hear a bird.
Merlin is a type of bird.
Oh, that's, you know, I don't know how much I like. Yeah.
Taylor,
I don't need an opinion on that. Goodbye, everyone.
Gee's gonna say goodbye 3 times.
Goodbye. Bye. Farewell.
The Merlin app, if you'll hear the bird, then it'll record it and we'll tell you the bird. Goodbye.
Bye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geesepeep. Thank you for listening to the Geesepeep Productions podcast.
Geesepeep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geesepeep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.